And a wonderful shout out again to Mark and our Soviet samurai out there who has hooked us up with such an awesome intro with he and his brothers. So cool. Got to say good morning to Ababe. Got to say good morning to the Atheist and Kroner. Good to see y'all. What's cracking, everybody? And now I got to go ahead and open up my Discord because I forgot to do that. Hey, there's Mark. There we go. Got the same bro Falco. We got Dave. We got Al. We got the whole crew. Everybody's here. It's good. All right. So switching on over to the view that we need. Oh, camera's a little low today. I'll fix that in a second. But we're looking at Tatsuro Yamashita. So this character, if you have not heard of him, you are new to City Pop. He is all over the place, not only with his own career of unbelievably good albums and just phenomenal musician singer, but he's an arranger, songwriter, producer, organizer, general hub of music. He's everywhere. This guy's all over the place. And his wife, that I believe they got married around this time in the early 80s, is Maria Takeuchi, the Plastic Love Lady. And a lot of people like to make this comparison of Tatsuro and Maria Takeuchi as Beyonce and Jay-Z of kind of the hip-hop rap scene. So a mega musical power couple is the general idea here. And they don't disappoint. They have really followed through in all of those claims. Hey, what's up, CCG? Good to see you. Welcome this morning. So one of the things that we've talked about here on the channel, as always, we say city pop, but city pop, as we know, is not really a specific genre as much as it is a time and a place, which is late 70s to the 90s in Japan. So when we're dealing with that, one of our genres is called AOR, and that's got two different definitions. We've got album-oriented rock, or in Tatsuro's case, adult-oriented rock. And it kind of has a connotation with soft rock, but that's really not fair because of what American soft rock is. And that is not as tasty as Tatsuro Yamashita. There's a lot more there's a lot more jazz. There's a lot more, more Beatles as far as song construction, really, really well-balanced songs, things that are, we have a really good album flow. I'm not going to go so far to say we have concept albums, but each album will have its own feel and will keep continuity within itself. So it's really, really, it's quite cool. And I apologize for all the sounds. As you know, I've got two beautiful little kitten cats running around, and they're raising all sorts of hell. But let's go ahead and look at the album here. So we're looking at 1980's Ride on Time. And I was always confused by this when I was first getting into this, because there are two covers to the album, alternate covers. It's the same album. There might be like an extended version of a song, or what we're going to be listening to today, as you can see over here on the right. I found somebody who ripped the audio from the record. Thank you, person. And there's some extra things that I wanted to point out when we're listening to this, and then we'll get to that later. But another advantage of having the real record is you get these little extra interludes and extra little fun things in between. Now, let's see where this is seated, because Tatsuro has a long career. He got started all the way back in the 70s with a band called Sugar Babe, and he may have even been in bands before Sugar Babe. But let's just look at that. He has 127 albums that he is a major credited. That's crazy. Of his albums, not credits, which are 587, but albums, releases. That is nuts. 26 solo albums. So when we're finding ourselves here on Ride on Time, we scroll over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is his 8th album in almost a decade. That is pretty ding dong good. And it wasn't his only album he released in 1980. He released another one. Oh, this guy, man. This guy's all over the place. Ooh, and I just want to point this out because some people, if they don't know what this is, awesome. Joy. This is a collection of live versions of his music and his wife's music, Maria Takeuchi. And he does a really great version of Plastic Love on here. Oh, there's some really cool stuff. So if you've never heard of Joy, after today, go check out Joy. It's a very cool song. All right, now, keeping with our Celebration Week tradition here, we're going to do a little bit of playing on top of listening today. And boy, do we have a lot of songs on here that I have done on the bass channel. So, Someday, I have done that. Daydream, I have not tabbed that, but I have learned that. Silent Screamer, Right on Time. Then the second half, I don't know as much. But we're going to have fun playing through it and looking at some amazing musicians. But I have talked far too much before we start playing some music here. So I'm going to jump one more time back into the Discord. Make sure I didn't leave anybody out like Pop Base Me. What's up? Go check out. He's got some new videos out. Same as City Pop Dave. You got to go check out their channels. See that they're doing the same stuff I'm doing. It's all good stuff. And let's go ahead and dive right in here to the beginning of some Ride on Time. 1980 Tatsuro Yamashita. Opening up with a song called Someday. I'm going to do my best to see if I can do a Koki Ito impression playing some bass. Oh yeah, that feedback from the record. Sounds good. Oh, and now my internet has failed on me. That's the stuff I like. Off to a good start here at the channel this morning. Okay, here we go. Whoa, that's a loud boy right there. Okay, well, technical difficulties all over the place. I like this. Well, while we're waiting for my video to potentially load or maybe never load. Wow, this is a new one for me. Am I still on the air? Am I still on the air? Why is everything going so bad? Please. I just want to play music for the people. Please. Let me just start it at the beginning. Okay, can I rewind? Oh, come on. Yeah, I just want to get that. Yeah. I'm gonna fix that sound and video for you here for a second, so we can have it sound a little bit better for y'all here. Bum, 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 someday, someday, bum, 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 someday. There we go. Oh yeah, such a great song, such a great intro. Wish I remembered it a little bit better so I could play a little bit better than I did, but I think you guys get the general idea of what's going on in that song. And wonderful, really, really wonderful. Yeah, listen to that Koki Ito, baby. Let me turn that up just a little bit. Turn it up a little bit just so I can turn it down now. Okay. Great opening track there. Someday. So, keeping with our city pop thematic material here, we're talking about lost love, where we've got this whole album has to do with that kind of idea of what was it, Takako Mamiya on Wednesday when we were looking at Chinese restaurants, where she was singing about seeing somebody in a Chinese restaurant, falling in love, and not having Tinder, not knowing how to find them again. So we got a little bit of a similar thing here. Someday I won't be so lonely. Someday I won't be so sad. Someday I won't be in My Chemical Romance. JK, I love that band. Anywho, good. Okay, glad to see that I'm still live. Wow, my mic is exploding there. Okay. As you guys know, I'm always messing with my audio equipment because I'm just crazy and I can't strap myself. But anywho. All right, so we got some good questions here. Somebody's already asking, hey, what bass is being used on this album? Is it a P bass? Is it a jazz bass? That's a very good question. And let's go ahead and explore that question with the bass player, Koki Ito. Koki Ito, one of my favorite bass players in the city pop library. Another one would be Tomohito Aoki. Those two are huge in my book. But Koki Ito, he is the Tatsuro Yamashita bass sound. This guy is funky, but he's not. His tone, I think, is what separates him from somebody like Tomohito, and Tomohito's also a little more in your face. He's got a lot more stuff going on. But Koki Ito really balances Tatsuro Yamashita just excellently. And one of the reasons why is the instrument he plays, which we've got some good ears in the Discord. Also, if you're not in the Discord channel, as you can see now, I've added this right underneath here because I was so bad at telling people, join the Discord channel. It's free. We have cool stuff, rare recordings, tabs, music, cool community to hang out, all that kind of stuff. Come join us. Anyway, they're asking a question. What is this? That's what it is right here. A Fender jazz bass. Now, I am not an expert on all the different variants as far as having like the shield, the pickup shield, whatever that name is. This is just two single coils, I believe. These might be humbuckers, but I'm pretty sure these are single coil pickups. But that's his sound. What I have on my lap is a Warwick rock bass designed for funk, metal, and the combination of the two. So anytime I try to do Koki Ito, it comes out ridiculously aggressive. But it kind of sounds cool. But it's not Koki Ito. But that's a good question. And let's just look here at the albums that he's played on, and we will start to see that he is all over Tatsuro Yamashita. So there we go. 1, 2 right there. Hiroki Namba, another big one. Another Tats. EPO, Meiko Nakahara. Let's see here. Junko Hashi, one of my favorite albums. Ichiro Nita, After Image. That's a great album that people don't spend enough time with. Meiko Nakahara again, Tatsuro, Maria Takayuchi, Tatsuro Yamashita, EPO, Tatsuro Yamashita. The list goes on and on and on for 111 records. So much music. And then beyond that, what's not on Discogs is all of his contributions to video game music. He did video games for the PC Engine, whatever that, the Amiga 32X, I don't know. PC Engine for sure. He's done things for animes. He's done things for more contemporary, like fleshing out of kind of like imagine Final Fantasy Live, but not Final Fantasy. I don't know the name of the game. It's a Japanese only game, but very cool. A very interesting thread to pull, and an excellent question from the Discord there. So that's what we're going to be listening to here. Is this J bass or a precision J bass today? Okay, now before we go into too many more people here, I just want to say how happy I am to welcome back Nobu Saito, I can't believe we went all week without seeing Homeboy Nobu. That kind of crushes me because he is one of our big percussion hounds. Just, I wish I still had my sample pad hooked up so I could go doo-doo. But anyway, enough of that. Let's go into our next track here. And our next track is called Daydream. And this is another, this first side, I think this first side of this album might be my favorite side of almost any album ever. It's so good. Here we go. All right, so for those of you just joining us, we are listening to Tatsuro Yamashita's 8th studio album, Right on Time from 1980. This is Daydream.
Pink, Uzumaki, Rose Glade, Pale Blue, Tachi Machi ni Machi nami ni Hosoi Ito Kangili naku karamani Mizu tamani hazumi dasu Kudakeru wine red, carmine Nagareru coke brown, yellow Uzumaki cherry, dark orange, mandataku mani
I forgot all the ones. So this is a perfect example of a Koki Ito line. Very simple. That's all it is. And he just spices it up with octaves. You know what? I think I'm beginning to notice that I've got some fans. They want to play some bass too. And this part. Good. Simple. And you see, it's that kind of song construction. That's what I'm talking about here. Tatsuro Yamashita knows exactly how to add a little bit of spice or add a little bit of something different to the song to really make it pop. And like this right here. And then this. Unexpected. That bass fill. Cat got a little too curious. He was trying to turn off the power. Okay. Again, let's look on top of the wonderful bass, the wonderful guitar, and now a phenomenal horn solo. I don't believe this is our Jake Concepcion, but I do believe it is our Takeru Muraoka. There he is, Takeru. He was our guy who we were listening to the last couple days who's been annihilating his saxophone. So good. Also, that's not a saxophone. That's a trombone. This is a trombone, right? We got 3 trombonists in here. Somebody give me the answer. I'm almost positive that's what this is. Oh, yeah. Definitely brass. I take it back. It's not a saxophone. It is 100% brass. And if it's not a trombone, it's going to be a flugelhorn. Please save face in front of all my brass players in the channel. All right. There we go. Next person I want to highlight here today, talking about Tatsuro Yamashita, is Jun Aoyama. This is the drummer that is the equivalent of Koki Ito. So he has been with him for years and years and years, and he might go back to Sugar Babe. Okay, he does not. It does not look like he's part of Sugar Babe, but he has been a long time member of Tatsuro Yamashita's touring band. Oh, and there go my cats, breaking everything. Okay, Timmy's fine, and hopefully learned a lesson about trying to climb on a cardboard box. As we look here, though, we can see not only is he playing with Tatsuro Yamashita, but we've also got on here, let's see here, Hiroshi Sato. We've got EPO again. Hey, Tots. Let's see here. What's another good one? Prism, Meiko Nakahara. Same one with Koki Ito. EPO, same one with Koki Ito. Starting to see a pattern here of those two moving together. Yorie Kokubu also moved together. Again, Meiko Nakahara. So this is like 6 albums within 5 years that these both guys, Koki Ito and Jun Aoyama, have played on. So that's part of that drum backbeat too, because Tatsuro Yamashita truly is a control freak. And I mean that not in a bad way. I guess I don't know anything about him personally. I haven't read enough. But just looking at his the credits, producing credits, how he's done live things, and the little I have read about him. I mean, just look right here at the credits. Arranged, produced, guitar, vocals, keyboards, percussion, composed by, like, he has percussionists. He has Nobu Saito. You don't need anybody more than Nobu Saito. Keyboards. You got Hiroki Namba. You have Hiroshi Sato. Come on, like, do you really also need to play keyboards? No, but he did. Anyway, he had a lot of control, but his albums, they're great. They're really well put together, and even his weaker albums are highly produced. They sound good, and the worst thing you can say about him is, it's not as good as this, or it's not as good as that, you know? So, and comparing it to his other albums, not other people's albums. It's a pretty tall order. It's pretty good. Okay, now, let's keep going into, oh yeah, this one right here. I'm going to have to get a good tone. That tone sucks. Okay. We're switching it over to low boost. My voice has gotten lower. Okay. Okay, I'm sorry for all this buzzing, but it's about to get real. So this song is called Silent Screamer. Oh yeah, guys. Oh yeah. Is the song. All right, so somebody's brought up a good point. Is this song about a race car? I think it is, but I'm not positive.
There's also multiple versions of this song. I'm not sure if by other artists. I don't know if this is the first version or not. Let's look.
Okay, there we go. The bridge only pickup? Oh yeah, let's get.
Let's see what that sounds like.
Oh Lord.
I don't think it works on the Warwick.
Oh, but man, listen to that guitar solo. That is shredding, baby. I would agree, Dave. Another great Tatsuro right here. Eat your heart out, Kasogare. Oh, man. Whoever that lady is who held that 30-second note, the pop idol, you ain't got nothing on Pats. Screaming, oh. So awesome. And then what's so crazy about this song, it's like 7.5 minutes, and it keeps getting better. A new theme in the last 15% of the song. Yeah, see, that attracted Timmy. Timmy heard Silent Screamer. He couldn't resist. He also smelled my coffee. I'm worried that he wants coffee so bad. Get your butt out of there. And the solo. Yeah, Dave, good point, man. This is a guitar solo back and forth. Okay, they're working in a team now. Timothy comes to play with me, and then Tenchi tries to go turn off the power to my computer. They clearly just want me to play. Amazing song. Amazing song there. Okay, so let's start looking at some of the other people who made this possible. We had City Pop Dave bringing in there. We have a dueling guitar happening at the end where it's Tatsuro going against somebody else. Well, who else could it be other than our resident violinist guitarist, Kazuo Shiina? This guy is like my hero. For those of you who do not know, I'm a professional violinist. What up? And I moonlight as a bass player in the mornings. But this guy, professional violinist and awesome mustache holder, and he has played guitar and violin on tons of tracks, and his one album credit is Jackie Chan. Can I aspire any higher? I think not. But that was who he was dueling at the end there. He was guitar shredding against Kazuo. Very, very cool there. And jumping back, I think that what I was calling a trombone solo earlier, maybe it was one of these guys. It may have been a flugelhorn. I'm not a brass expert. I can tell that it's brass, but I can't tell you the individual things. But I know, as I mentioned earlier, we got a lot of brass players in the chat. So, hey, we got some new people hanging out here. What's up, Emin? Looks like it got a little bit Cyrillic there. Watermelon. Oh, very nice. Yeah, Daydream. Fantastic. Fantastic. All right. Well, as we move to the next song, I do believe this is the last song on our first side, which is the title track, Right on Time. And this song, again, not only beautiful, well-written song,
a love song.
The vocal outro is the reason why I picked this today, and you're going to hear it in a little bit. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Enjoy. For those of you just joining us, Tatsuro Yamashita, 1980, Right on Time.
ときめきへと動き出す世界は忘れかけてた遠い夢の訪れ Ride on time さまよう想いなら優しく受け止めてそっと包んで Ride on time 心に火をつけて溢れる喜びに広がれ Ride on time 僕の輝く未来さまわり始めて
Oh, that was a good fill.
うつろな日々すべて愛に溶け込むなんという朝今すぐ君のもと届けに行こう燃える心迷わず Ride on time 時走り出せ愛を光出せ目もくらむほど Ride on time 心に火をつけて飛び立つ魂に送るよ Ride on time
So good. Good to see you, CGC. Have a great rest of your weekend, my man. Oh, and we got a good point to be brought up. Remains to talk about the piano lines. Oh, I haven't forgotten. I'm waiting for the second half to talk about them. But already present.
届けに行こう燃える心今こそ
Another extension. Just excellent songwriting.
走り出せ愛を光出せ目もくらむほど
And you can just hear in the background little guitar hits right there. And it's only in the left ear. Or maybe it's the right ear. And then he does it one more time for a good outro feel. We get our nice little fade out here. But this ending part, every single time. Like, look, I already got, my hairs are already standing up because I know what's coming. It's so good. Ooh. I haven't heard of this version. Got a little funk in here. It's another show. Yeah, no. Everybody sees Right on Time. They come jumping in. I knew this was going to be my day to attract new people. Man, this is a long version. Okay, but it's the ending right here. This is what I'm talking. In 20 minutes. Totally agree, Eric. Eric's got some real good insights here on the YouTube chat. I totally agree. Really, really, really nice use of guitar arrangements and just balance. Very nice balance. Yeah. So, as I mentioned earlier, there's many versions of not only this album, but this song in particular. It was released multiple times as a single, extended plays, alternate versions, live, all that kind of stuff. But this, finally, here we go. This is what I love because it's the end of the first side of the album.
Whoa, right on time.
That's fucking genius. I'm sorry, I don't want to curse, but man, that is absolutely genius writing. Taking the doo-wop vocals, morphing that, not only doing the oohs, but ending with that that swoop up. Also, let's look at the chorus, because surely he has to have a massive chorus behind him. Wrong. Two people, Tatsuro, Minako Yoshida. That is just him layering himself. He was just sitting by a microphone. I mean, this guy is unbelievable. It's stuff like this that's like, even if you don't like Tatsuro Yamashita's music, you cannot deny that he synthesized songwriting from the 50s and 60s and took it in a different direction. It's Beatles harmonies mixed with doo-wop vocals mixed with this new Tatsuro Yamashita city pop genre sound. Unbelievable. Oh, I love it. I love it so much. It's so good. Okay, so going back a step here. This whole time, all these choruses, all these vocals are these two people. Minako Yoshida, very famous in her own right, very successful artist, got tons of albums. Look at that. She's just like Tat. She got 26 solo albums on top of everything else that she has done on her, as far as things like this, singing on Right on Time. But for the most part, if you hear a guy's voice, that's Tatsuro. Now, is it possible that some of these other guys got in here and sang with him? Very much so, because these guys in other albums with him are credited with vocal credits, and these guys all do background singing of some kind. So it's possible, but at least on the records, and if anything on Discogs is going to be accurate, it's going to be this one album because so many people have edited it and written reviews and all sorts of stuff about this. So I'm going to trust the internet on this one. Okay. Very, very cool. Oh, and Eric, bringing up an excellent point. My shame. Beach Boys. How could I forget the Beach Boys? Yes, that is another thing that is absolutely synthesized by Tatsuro and the whole city pop style. Thank you, Eric. See, this is why the more people that come hang out, the better it is, because then people tell me stuff like this, and it's always better. Awesome, 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 awesome. Okay, question. Which version is this? I am not sure exactly what it's called for the Right on Time version, but if you find record cuts like this one on YouTube, it's the very last thing before you flip the album. And a lot of CD, like the CD doesn't have it, and a lot of rips will pull that out, or they'll just stop before that. You got to get that. That's the good stuff. Okay, well, let's keep going now. Let's let this guy over here on YouTube flip the old record for us. Fast forward, fast forward, fast forward. And now, this brings us to side B, and the song is called The Door Into Summer. And for those of y'all just joining us here, we are listening to Tatsuro Yamashita's 8th studio album, Right on Time. We just finished the first side, which was phenomenal. Flipping it over to the second side. This song is called The Door Into Summer. Enjoy, everybody.
一つでも信じてることさえあれば扉はきっと見つかるさもしか君今すぐに連れて行けなくても涙を流すことはない僕は未来を作り出してる過去へと深い遡る
Oh, yeah. All right, so as pointed out here by Bobby, the much-needed chill after all the headbangers. This is a very chill vibe song. I love how Koki Ito put a little phaser on his bass just to give it that little wow, wow, wow. Stuff like that, man. Let's just go back and get a good timing on that. Because Tatsuro, again, I cannot say enough about his singing and his songwriting. But right here, when he, at his end of his chorus, does that 2 count where it's bum, yatani, and goes right back into the song. It's a nice, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're keeping that. And then there's the 2. Out of nowhere. I love it. I love it. Modulation. Now there's our flugelhorn, baby. Kenji Nakazawa. Let's get a little round of applause. It's tasty, buddy. I love that 2 count. Oh. Okay. As it is a mortal sin to turn down or to talk over Tots, gotta keep going here. So next person I wanted to look at here is Kenji Nakazawa, our flugelhorn player, who has played, just as everybody else has on this album, with many people we've looked at here before. So not only Tatsuro or Minako Yoshida, who's also on this album, but as we scroll down, we start to see Maya Mane, one of my personal favorites. There's Tatsuro right on time. We got Zap Band, which I think is awesome if you've never heard of Zap Band. I saw Kingo Hamada on there a couple times. Tomoko Aran, and of course Yurie Kokubu, which I'm pretty sure is made up of exactly the same musicians who made up this album because it just seems too close. Lastly, before we go to our next track, I want to talk a little bit about Toshiro Ito. This is our recording engineer who is demoing some very nice soda can mics. But this is our technical engineer who did a lot of the recording. And if we click on the technical and we look that he worked between 1976 and 1980 at the at Okino House and then CBS Studio from 1980 to 1986, that's a transition over to Tatsuro's album when he starts doing this and then working with Tatsuro for a long time. So Raji A. Loveheart, we've reviewed that. That was done by him. Several Tatsuro albums. Minako, again. Kingo Hamada. Let's see what else we have here. Another Tatsuro Yamashita album. Prism. That was something we worked on yesterday in the live jam. We saw that in there. Yeah, lots of albums here. There's Maria Takeuchi. So another connection. Very, very interesting. All right, now, one thing that I did want to talk about that I have not hit up yet. Also, welcome, Blaze. Good to see you here. We have not yet mentioned the keyboard players. We haven't talked about Hiroyuki Namba. We have not talked about Hiroshi Sato. Is that because they're not important? No. It's because they're doing their jobs so well we can't really notice them unless we're really keying in. At least for that first half. So if you think about Someday or Daydream, you can hear a little bit of those chords in the background, little chung, 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 a little bit. But something like Silent Screamer, you don't really hear it. Right on Time, don't really hear it. We heard a little bit in Door into Summer, but now as we move on here with My Sugar Babe, Rainy Day, and Clouds, we're going to hear a lot more of the keyboard, and we're going to be able to get a little taste of what these two are like if you've never listened to either of them before, because both phenomenal, both went different directions.
目を閉じればそこに My Sugar Babe.
Now, interesting point. This song's Sugar Babe is referencing his first band called Sugar Babe. Hey, good morning, left parentheses. What's going on?
遥か日々を飛び越え君は僕を酔わす Oh, my sugar babe.
Getting a little distorted on this one.
My sugar babe. Uh-huh. ここでは二人きりさいつでも
I just found out that Hiroyuki Namba was in a group called Bugs Bunny along with Yoshihiro Naruse. Okay, I know what I'm doing next week. Okay, and we got Nobu hooking us up in the background there with those nice bongo hits. Very subtle, very small in the background. Excellent point here. So we're talking about connections from people to people. Not only was Tatsuro Yamashita in Sugar Babe, Taiko Onuki was in Sugar Babe. Thank you, Blaze. That's a good point. Oh, and Bobby hitting us with the translation. So this is like a nice tribute to his band. Thank you for the memories. Thank you for the times. It's a nice song. Yeah, we'll see how long I make it before I get a copyright strike too. Hey, what's up, Tim Tom? No, you can't have the coffee. He's a good boy, but I gotta start turning down the track. All right, so we had some references here to Sugar Babe several times now, talking about the band, which was the original band that Tatsuro Yamashita was a part of, along with Taiko Onuki. So that's a very cool connection there. I swear, he is such a ham. It's like, I could have ended the song. No, I'm going to hold it, and then we're going to do an outro. Keyboard jingle. Ding. I like that little ding at the top. You see, that's what I'm talking about. These guys, they know how to balance it and how to do something that's cute. Not obnoxious, but cute. Like, okay, a little bell ding at the end. Ding.
I like that. Okay, so looking at our two keyboardists now, and I don't have this all in front of me, so if somebody knows this, I would love to find out who played on that song. But both of these cats, Hiroshi Sato and Hiroyuki Namba, are phenomenal, versatile keyboard players. Now, Hiroyuki Namba went way more into the crazy synth stuff. They both do synth, don't get me wrong. He went a little deeper. And then Hiroshi Sato, he is somebody who was a little bit more of a... he stuck with this kind of stuff. Tatsuro Yamashita kind of keyboard, or think Takanaka, something like that, where it's funky and it's cool and it's groovy and it's jazz, but it's not so much about having a Odyssey ARP or having a Moog, having that sound. And Hiroyuki Namba is absolutely about that. And if we look at his second album, which is Party Tonight, we can see some of that. And we did one of his songs yesterday in the live stream. So you can go back and check that out, or check out one of my tabs. I have that City of Silver Gray. Very cool song, because at first, I hate you, but then I love you. Gotta watch the song. You'll get it. Okay. Awesome. Let's keep rolling through here. Let's see. Okay, I'm not doing too bad. Not doing too bad today on time. So, next song we're about to roll into here is called Rainy Day. This is our third track on the B-side. For those of y'all just joining us here, we're listening to Tatsuro Yamashita's 8th studio album, Right on Time, and we're here on that third track, 1980. And for those of y'all who have not joined the Discord channel, take this time to come join us. Come hang out. We're pretty nice.
Rainy day 跳ね上げて砕け散ったそれは遠い昔の愛の日街の明かりも夢に沈ま
That Rhodes organ, I'm going to guess that that's Hiroyuki Namba.
「私一人で歩いていた時」
What's up, Nico? Welcome to the crew.
突然
Those were all Tatsuro voices. And just one little stab of a chord of his voice. Okay. Got that little fake sitar, synthesizer sitar sound.
まるで幻 私を見つけ微笑みを返したその時から恋に落ちた
Fantastic. Okay, so we've got people in the chat talking here about Tatsuro and where original songs came from, who covered who, what did what, and everybody is correct. So, Nico is saying, didn't Minako Yoshida cover this? Yes, she did. And she has a connection because she's on this album, and she's most likely singing on this track. Pretty good. Another one that we had brought up here was Misty Monk. A song that I first heard from Tatsuro Yamashita. Really, really cool song. But that is not written by him. That is actually written by Masayuki Suzuki and sang it for somebody else, I think. Or somebody else had it originally, but the Tatsuro version is different. I'm not going to say it's better. It's the one I heard first, but
They're good. You should check them out. Compare them. It's a very similar thing, like Rainy Day with Minako. Different songs, but same content. It's cool. I love that kind of thing where artists are friends and they cover each other's music or they try to do that collaboration thing. I always enjoy that. While we're letting this one fade out here, I just want to read you guys a little bit about this album from the Wikipedia article, because it's very interesting. There was a little bit of a connection here that I did not realize was going on that may have aided in the fact that not only was it a fantastic album, but it was lightning striking at the right place at the right time. Also, let's get our City Pop checklist. Water sounds. Not the waves. But rain. Pretty close. I want to call it. But I always want to give it to myself. Anywho, looking at his albums in the charting position, his first solo album, Circus Town, tipped out at the Oricon charts at 27. Spacey 29, then 25, 20. Right on Time, 1980. Number 1. Totally number 1. The same album he released that year on the Street Corner was 13. But then, as you guys can see here, boom, he just got slammed to the top. Next records, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3, 1, 1, 4, 1, 4, 2, 1. And those all go into 2011. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy, Timothy? It's totally crazy. So, when we click on Right on Time, here's the thing that I did not understand. I'm just going to read this real quick. First of all, I was wrong. It's not the 8th studio album. It is the 5th studio album by Tatsuro Yamashita. But he had released 8. They were just from different people. Released in September 1980. It's known for its title track, and it was used in the television commercial for Maxell audio cassette tapes, starring Yamashita, and released as a single in May of 1980. The album came out in September, but the single came out 6 months earlier as an ad for Maxell Audio. So the song became a chart topper, peaking number 1 and 417,000 copies. That's a lot. 2003, it was featured on another show. Anywho, what is interesting about this is that it was tied with that Maxell release. And so having him be in this commercial for this new high-def cassette with this great song, it was like the perfect demo release. And then when the album actually came out, everybody ate it up. And that's pretty cool. 220,000 units while it was entering the charts in October. 220,000 units. That is crazy for that period of time, 1 month. Wow. Very, very cool. Now, we got a couple little requests in here of some funny things and some videos. So let's go ahead and keep going here so we can get through the end of this album and then maybe spend a little bit of time looking at some of these videos. Yeah, people are out there going, talking about cassette tapes, what are those? That was my first, this is going to date my old ass. One of the first things I ever had was a ripped illegal demo tape of the Beatles' Past Masters, but it wasn't the whole thing. It was just selected tracks off of it. I love that thing. Played it literally till it broke. I think about that sometimes. Now that's a bass line. Keep it simple, keep it funky. What's up, Tony? I'm going to take this opportunity to do one of the many times I have to correct myself. City Pop Dave got us with some, caught me on incorrect information here. Misty Bulb was written by Maria Takeuchi and performed by Masayuki. So that's even another little circular connection there. And she's got covers of the song, all those kinds of things. Very, very cool. Hey, Tomfoolery. What's cracking, brother? Welcome to the club. Sorry, not sorry for the puns. I love the puns. Yes. Yes. That is smooth, baby. Like I said, we were waiting until this back half to start talking about our keyboard players, but it is just a back and forth awesome war between Hiroyuki Namba, Hiroshi Sato. Ooh. And there's Tareku. I was wondering when we were going to get him. Our sax solo. Oh, baby, now that's a Hall & Oates solo right there. I like that mixing. Yeah, good job, Toshiro Ito. I like that. I like that mic mix. Oh yeah. Don't worry, Bobby. I'll slow dance with you. Although with this song, it might be a little more funky than slow dance. All right, very chill song, and again, sacrilege to talk over this, but I want to do a little bit of recap here as we're running out of time. So Tatsuro Yamashita, right on time, 1980. Unbelievable album here. We have every kind of element of what we're looking for with not only a city pop album, but just good construction. So we've got all these excellent musicians that have worked together in the past, and we have a very clear leader here with Tatsuro Yamashita. He has done the arranging, producing, he even doubles up on instruments, does all these other things. But everybody, through time we've seen, likes to work with him, and, you know, they all work together for one vision. But man, it's the balance of his guitars with the funkiness, but the laying back of Koki Ito's bass. You've got that incredibly solid Ringo Starr style drumming of Jun Aoyama. Very, very chill. Nobu Saito, I can't say enough about his percussion. Same thing. It's just sparkling. All of these people are like one pinch of a really powerful exotic spice. And you just need just a little bit of snake venom, a little bit to get you. And you put that all together, and then Tatsuro is like all the flour and the eggs, and then you got yourself a tasty cake. But this album, really, really well constructed. And for me personally, the thing that just gets me to be like, is the construction of the A side and the B side. I love how the A side is just number one hit bangers, one after another, after another, after another. Even the slow songs are more upbeat, and they're just, it's perfect. It's a perfect side of an album. And then it ends with that Beach Boys kind of doo-wop vocal sound. Flip it over. Now we're just vibing. We're chilling for the rest of the album. It's almost like we're listening to two different EPs, but they balance each other so well. I feel like you could listen to just one side of this album and it could fit your mood. Or you could listen to both sides, it could change your mood. Unbelievable. Really, really unbelievable. So I think we got only one more song here. Last one is called Kissing Goodnight. Nice little end cap, much as we had at the end of the first side. Let's give this a listen, then we'll be done for the day. I'm gonna guess this is him playing piano, if I had to guess.
二人とも肩も寄せず指も触れない
Ooh, listen to that arpeggiator.
唇だけの君も素敵だね微笑み残し去っていったおやすみおやすみ
Perfect. Perfect. The perfect album. It's the perfect album. Come at me. All right, guys. This has been a fantastic week. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for letting me have this opportunity to do this for y'all. The 1,000 subscriber week, getting back into Wake and Bass, doing all these kinds of things. Seeing the support that you guys have given me is just, I can't tell you how much it means to me. Very seriously. It's for everybody in the world. It has been hard these last 6 or 7 months. And for those musicians out there, you know, it has sucked having every one of your gigs canceled, all, you know, everything just thrown into chaos. And so turning here and hoping that somebody out there would want to hang out and maybe look at these albums and have some fun, listen to some music, goof around. I had no idea that y'all would turn out in such force and be such ridiculously cool people. So thank you so much for this, and I am looking forward to being able to do this more for you guys in the future. I do have to cut back, though, this next week at least, if not 2 weeks, because I am in school, and I am finishing up my doctorate in violin performance. It's going to be Dr. 63501 before too long, finger guns. Anyway, getting back on topic, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. This is so much fun for me to do. Please let me know if you guys have suggestions for albums, if you have suggestions for videos, tabs, all that kind of good stuff. I'll listen. I love to get better and improve. And again, please come join the community. For those of y'all who have not, there's the Discord link underneath. Come join. It's free. We got tabs, rare recordings, music, a ridiculous collection of cool people, and it spirals all out from there. And it's not just bass players. We got bass players. We got guitar players. We got singers. We got producers. We got brass players. We're even talking about trying to accrue enough people to put together an EP. It starts with one song, but if we can do a one-song collab, maybe we can do half an album. Maybe we can do an album after that. I don't know. We'll see. But until then, a like and a subscribe lets me know that things are going well. Sorry to show myself out like that. And I hope you guys have a unbelievable rest of the day. And you're going to see me here before too long because we're going to tab out one more song from Right on Time. We're going to jam a little bit more, and then we're going to have some fun, hang out. And I promise I'm going to get all the tabs that I've done this week out no later than tomorrow. I just have to record them all and not make mistakes. Anyway, you guys the best. Have a great rest of your Friday. Hopefully I'll see you in a little bit, but if not, don't work too hard. Have a great weekend. See you guys.